Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Yeah, having trouble talking today. Okay. Well, first let's just start out with, no. First let's get the links. That's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to get the links. There's that. Okay, here's the setup. Yesterday, we had a pretty turbulent ride. We went down, we went up, we went down, we went up. We ended the session pretty close to the highs. Come back a little bit at the end, actually. And then since then, it's been down and we've actually hit new lows. The spreads are flattening. At least the knob spread flattened significantly. The short end did not move as much. Yeah, kind of interesting. And then we've got the non-farm payrolls here in about 13 minutes. And Donald Trump is tweeting about it. He says, looking forward to seeing the employment numbers at 8:30 this morning. Okay, like a president tweeting about an unreleased number? Like, does he know? I mean, he might know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If these numbers miss, especially the hourly earnings numbers, so if hourly earnings are not as high as expected, then you have this situation where probably the Federal Reserve doesn't raise rates and Treasuries are probably going to go up. And if we have a situation where it outperforms and average hourly earnings are better than expected, then the Federal Reserve is almost definitely going to raise rates in the fourth quarter of this year. And so we have a situation where, based off of this one non-farm payroll report, the Federal Reserve may have a fourth rate increase this year, and they may not. And that could take Treasuries to the high of the year or the low of the year. And then Donald Trump is tweeting about it. And I don't know if he knows something. You would think that it would be a really dumb idea to tweet about it and then have the number be really bad. You know? So that's kind of weird. And I'm not going to be taking any risk here. I do think that because we've already had a pretty significant move down, and when we look at where we're at, I think we could get an okay move down to the downside, but you're probably limited by like 113. No, that's the 5-year. Like the bottom of this right here. 119. 11.5 perhaps, where I'm seeing it. Oh, we need to fix these. And ZB. There's a lot of flow coming through here, actually. Okay. Jeez. Lots of flow coming through, and it looks like it's mostly buying. They are buying into the news release. This is interesting. Okay, and then what happened in Bitcoin? Well, we had another sell, and they took them to a new low in the futures. Not a new low in price, but a new low in cumulative delta. That's really weird. Well, since we got stuff going, we got 10 minutes. Well, I have a little bit of food to eat, but let's do our crypto. Let's do this too. Yeah? And we'll open up Google, get the squawk up. Okay, so today's number. Oh, it's still giving us from 2 days ago, so 117. Seems like a lot of volume up, but then when you look at the chart and where we're at, we're just at the top of a range near the lows of the day. Why aren't they firing no talent Samantha Bee for the horrible language she used on her low ratings show? A total double standard, but that's okay. We are winning and will be doing so for a long time to come. Jeez. Dollar yields and equities are surging. Here's why. Zero hedge. So is the E-mini quote unquote surging in the pre-morning session? Yes, it is. I wouldn't say surging, but it's up a good 10 points. Dude, if this is a good point. If Donald Trump knows that the report is good and he tweeted that, that is a big problem. I can't believe that he would actually release that. I don't know if they're privy to that number or not. It would be awfully foolish of him to tweet about it, though, if he knew the number. That's all I can really say. It would be awfully foolish of him to tweet about it if he knew the number. Okay, well, we got 5 minutes. I got a few bites of food to eat here. Oh yeah, let's turn on the squawk. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's privy to that number, but you have to wonder if it's going to be a good number because he said that. And I've got my finger on that sell button for sure. So 0.2, 0.2 is the number. That's what it always is. For average hourly earnings. Ooh, this is exciting. Big order down here. Look, big orders. Oops. Point 0.3 above 0.2 sell. I did get a stop hit there, but it's okay. Jeez. Okay, there's a 5K iceberg here. They're having trouble getting over. I should have gotten out there. Okay. Come on. Nope. Don't like it. I'm gonna scratch this one. Yeah. Good job. Oh, I actually got some crazy slippage on that first one. Oh. That's unfortunate. No, definitely not long. They've all been sells, but I did that first one. I tried playing it smart, and it seems like that with the simulator, it's just a really bad idea to just try and market sell it during those moves, because by the time the simulator interprets it, it's like down at the bottom. It didn't happen like that when I was live, but maybe it would have happened that time, I don't know. But it almost immediately hit my stop. I think this probably has more left in it. So let's start looking for targets. The next big target I see is way down at 119.12. That was a pretty good couple of downticks there. So here's the thing. The report was really good. So did Donald Trump know it? I think he did. He shouldn't have done that. He really shouldn't have done that. Well, dang. I thought I saw a spot where the momentum had stopped, but it just did not. Jeez. I did not want to do it that way. That 23 should not be weak. I'm a little concerned here. Hmm. Yeah, but you still would have gotten filled. Tucker's saying only 838 printed it at 25. You still would have been filled. Because there was like no liquidity at the time. And even then, maybe you wouldn't have caught 25, but maybe you would have seen it going down, and maybe you would have clicked as it started going down. And then you could have caught the 25 to down here. In this one, we did see it was turning around when I did it. Well, that trade was not so hot, was it? Snap. That was embarrassing. So we've had now, I tried it at, where did I trade at? Oh, I traded at here, and here, and here. I don't know, it seems to me like the Jigsaw sim does not fill you, in like those swing moves, it does not fill you the way that it did in live. Because I took some of those on live, and wherever it was, that is exactly what it gave me. But when it did that one, it came down, and I thought it was gonna fill me at like I thought it was gonna fill me somewhere around 24, and instead it filled me somewhere around 22 half. This looks like maybe more of the what I was looking for, and maybe I should just be clicking in. Yeah. Any change? Do I have these? Oh, I only have one set up. Okay. Okay. I think that that one was also not. Yeah. I do think we're gonna get an extension down, because what we got down there, I was not like strong rejection, in my opinion, and we're into like some single prints, so I think that it could keep going. Jeez. And like I don't want that limit order if it goes down there. You can chase on a move like that though. It'll go. There you go. That's more like what I want to see. Okay, well the momentum just almost immediately stopped right there. There you go. I liked that bull. Did currency traders say that the number was going to outperform? It was a pretty dang good number. Donald Trump should not have tweeted that. He's going to get in trouble. Hmm. And they took it down and there was only 500 on the offer. So I don't like that. There we go. So it's kind of an annoying position because if they come up and they take out my stop, like 25 is right where I really don't think that they're going to get above 25. It is being awfully hesitant to really start selling though, isn't it? So I'm starting to wonder if there's, you know, still some of this trade war stuff and everything lurking under there is. Ticking down pretty easily those last few ticks, but it's still hesitant to go past 22. Like they know where I'm getting in at and messing with me. Really? Now some absorption on both sides. Okay. Still not a good offer. How did the E-mini perform through all this, by the way? Okay. E-mini has not really significantly moved. I think I'm okay. Better. Hmm. Okay. Somebody offered pretty aggressively. They fought it, but the offer is held and they're iceberging. So now I'm seeing indications of a seller looking for the lows. A pull there. And they got hit, I think is actually what happened. Level 2 is all over the place now. Okay. Do you make did Mike B make money off of that then? It's too hard to read. I'm gonna have to look at that later. Well, they really should not be able to get back to my 22, should they? Hmm. The 22 pulled, and that's why I pulled, but they didn't hit it. There it is again. What? That's kind of an odd comment, don't you think? I mean, 0.3 versus 0.2 is about the best you can get. Or at least that I've ever seen. Obviously, past reports, I should have seen more of an increase, but they didn't. So what is it about the 22 here? How did I end up picking such a shitty price to get short at? There it goes. Yeah. Well, how many have this been favorable? Yeah, see, Jack is saying, like, I think that what's happening to me here is I'm watching the order flow, and I think I've seen some prices where they're slipping, and so I'm clicking in, and maybe I need to just pay attention to the range a little bit more, because when you look at the range, it ends up being not the best spot, right? Because here's where, they're ranging around here. This was the bottom. They fell out. What is it, 21 and a half? Like that's at the bottom of this range. So this is probably not the best place to go through. Should we maybe start over? I don't care. Oops. I forgot that I... was only one contract. Okay, so if we're looking at this, I was just trying to cancel it out. I misclicked. The thing was is I kind of misclicked earlier. Okay, why is it doing that? Did I'm all messed up, guys. What? Yeah, I'm so confused. Okay. We're gonna start over, okay? Because one of the things that happened in there was I had a misclick where I clicked twice, and so then I was like, well, okay, well, let's just do 2 lots, and that was a bad idea. Okay, so if I'm gonna sell this, and that's what I want to do, I want to sell this. 21 and a half is the worst place to sell it. I want to be selling it at 22 half or 23. Now 23 came up and they didn't go much, so I think 23 is probably the best that's safe. Now that we've done all of that work, and obviously if we had done the first time and it came up to that 23 that last time, I would have gotten filled, but that's not what we did. So probably now this is going to be the time that it's actually going to go down and go through. Oh, thanks. I think by honest you mean like I'm a really shitty trader today. That's really what you mean. Okay, so Tucker thinks that at 23 the shorts are going to get nervous and start to puke. So here's a question: how do I balance out the probability that they try and break out of that range versus the probability that it's going to be hard to get filled at 23? Because from my perspective, I'm not 100% sure at this moment that that order is even going to fill. The way that it's trading right now, it looks like there's a really good chance that it won't. Don't just watch where the orders hit. Well, let's cancel it because at the moment it looks to me like they're not going to get above 22.5 now. And if they do get above 22.5, it's probably going to go right through me. If they stop run at 22.5, it's going higher than 23 for sure. Yeah. The thing was I was kind of expecting that absorption that we just saw to happen at 23, not 22.5. Okay, so now we just saw some initiation shorts. So now this is where I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I missed it and I want to click in. kind of feel like I got excited about it being non-farms payroll and it being a good number and something that should continue. And I threw out everything else that we had learned earlier this week, you know? Okay, so now a little bit of absorption there at 21.5. I could join this iceberg here. Although there's a lot more orders buying than they're selling. So I think that they're gonna tick up through that one at least. Okay. Nobody's trading 22. Oh man, my animals are going nutso. They sell a high volume note again, yeah. I thought, okay. So that shouldn't be happening. Hmm. 713. That shouldn't be happening. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here's the 22.5 again. They ticked up through that too easily. So what was an iceberg before is now turned into a balance price? Not much size on the offer at 22.5. Okay, so there's the 23 and it's fighting. And we are seeing some pulling and people going through. And there's this big order at 24. Stacking in the 30. Okay, let's watch it tick up again. Okay. Looks like I wasn't the only one that was thinking that. Okay. Oh. KK says I'd chance it and go short here, but in the 30-year. Oh, let's not mess with the 30-year today. We've already. Okay. Also, I don't want that, by the way. Okay, so that was a good 2 ticks down there. And and now they're coming back into it, so that's not, I don't necessarily like that, do I? Because it just means that there was a stop run short, and now maybe they're going to turn around. Yeah. Well, I think, Jack, the thing is that you can see something, but the things that we look at with like the level 2 and everything are just kind of like little things. So you got to be really careful about saying that that one particular thing was really significant when it wasn't necessarily. Yeah. You think buyers are trying to trigger stops. Well, you see right here that the volume, that the flow is pretty flat. You think that they're going to get all the way up to 25, huh? Like, that's just because when I look at this chart, I think the chances of them touching 25 are significantly diminished. Like 24 half, I could see them doing that. The pain, the stops liquidity is higher, yeah. Well, I don't know about the stops because we've seen stops both ways now, haven't we? So we saw a stop run short, so then they came back up, and then they just did a stop run that way, and now it looks like they just turned around again. Now, if they keep going higher, then it's definitely something else at that point. Now a little bit of iceberging. Well, yeah, I mean, if they go above 25, we have to start considering the possibility that they already reached the full length of the move, you know? And a short doesn't necessarily make sense anymore. It's either that, or we could say that there's other news coming in that's factoring in now, like trade war stuff. Not news, just positioning. Yeah. I mean, not necessarily news, but there's obviously some people in the market that want to go long for some reason. I don't think that these people are all just traders trying to stop people out, you know? Like, let me back up. Why would you the good trade be going and stopping people out against what has been the biggest piece of fundamental news in weeks? Like, there's going to be people, if you bust out there, there's going to be people immediately that are going to want to sell it. That's where the liquidity is. Well, the cumulative delta was definitely higher, and we're up 2 ticks, and there was an iceberg there, and they didn't. That down tick was not necessarily super convincing, and there's not pulling happening at 23.5 either. And stacking at 24. I don't know. If they get above 25 and then you look at the cumulative delta and everything, then it's like nobody actually took this to hold. It was all just trading. Let me rephrase. There is the big order at 25, so But it didn't show up until we got up to it.
Up then. Prince for Priory 55.
They step up to it. What do you mean? Oh, I'm just saying if there was longer term players in there, the cumulative delta wouldn't be flat or almost about to go higher than what it was at the news. See people trying to fight it away from 25. But I don't know if they're actually going to be successful in that effort. I'm almost wondering if we do get a short, it's going to have to be something like they trade through 25 and then they're unable to hold it after that.
One minute.
So if I wasn't messing around, where would I have stopped at? I think I would have had to have stopped after that third short. So it would have been a -6 tick day. I doubt that this news that they're talking about on the squawk is gonna be a big deal.
56.2. Prince for Priory.
Okay, so here we're getting a lot of noise off of E-mini open. Why do I still have this over here, by the way? Okay. Well, I feel like I missed a good short there. Because I was waiting for them to go through 25, and when they came down 2 ticks, I wasn't too concerned about it. And now that they're back to 23, I'm kind of like, oh. They tick up a few ticks pretty easily. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that that 25 pulls. I think I want to go short here, 23. Okay, I'm not necessarily seeing this as a stopping point in these other two. Only in ZN. Also, just the E-minis, it looks like it's a dominant part of this. Net 23 is sure thickened up, but people are still hitting it.
Prince.
And that still puts us right at 25, which is not necessarily what we want, is it? The E-mini did break out higher. Look at that. Okay. So if I don't see orders hitting this and this pulling, okay, that's what I wanted. They should be able to take out the 22 as well. Nope. Nope. Shouldn't be that hard to get filled. So find that concerning. Yeah, I'm scratching the short. Because it didn't, they should have been able to clear 22 and they didn't even go for it. No. Well, I'm not so sure that it feels like higher because I don't know. Like he had this move down and we had some short volume come in. So all that tells me is people shorted it off of 25 and now we're back to balance. And those shorts at the moment are not willing to initiate at 22. But for us to say that it feels good higher would mean that buyers are more than willing to initiate at 23 half and further and have enough fuel to push us up above 25. And from my read, it seems like whether or not it does that is, I don't know. Should also point out that the E-mini made a pretty good run there. And we didn't move at all. Oh boy. So there they did the 225. Now are they going to pull? Yeah. Okay, well they hit it. What did you take a short before the news, KK? Okay. That firmed up too well. Oh shit. Kudlow says Trump knew about May jobs data Thursday night. So what are the legal implications of this? I mean, he didn't give out the number. He just said he was excited about that. Is that stepping over the line? In my opinion, it is. He shouldn't have said that. He should not have said that.
to read.
I don't know. So there, the 23 half is pulled again. It just, this is not, so earlier I said if they outperform, that dramatically increases the chances that there's going to be a fourth rate hike this year, and they could conceivably start a move back towards the low of the year. Now I ask, is the behavior of the market right now a market that is certain that there's going to be a fourth rate hike this year and wants to sell it? Because it sure doesn't look like it to me. What it looks like to me was a bunch of traders, such as myself, just kind of got excited and now we're just kind of tripping over each other. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't see that. I still can't get myself to take along here. I think that the order flow is telling us that it's just traders trading it at the moment, and that they're all playing a range bound strategy and they're consolidating. And now, for us to do anything, somebody's going to have to initiate something. Even he continues to push a little higher. Oh, he took it. Well, that 22.5 has gotten strong. Hmm. Look at that. The 5-year is doing it a little bit too. 5-year had a bunch hit into it and they're holding. And the 10-year. Yeah. I think I got a little, I think I jumped the gun there. There we go. Was not an efficient price. Really, we should have gotten 23, right? But when I started seeing them hit that 13 quarter, 13 pack, whatever, and tick down, that's when I was like, okay. So we're getting the free look and they're not really taking it. Hmm. Okay, there you go. Good bid. I sold through that one too. I might not actually get filled. Yeah. It's funny, I got out when the free look and then it came down and I wanted it again and then it was just too late to get filled. And I think that this one might clear without filling E2. Oh, maybe not. I'm just gonna leave this here to see if it actually fills. Yes. Yeah, we don't want this. Well, sellers really got what they wanted there, and they almost immediately come back up 2 ticks. Oh, did that one? That one didn't get filled. Let's just see if we can dump this second contract so that we're like, doing things proper. I'm seeing some pulling for ISM. getting out because I don't want to be in as the news comes out. Oh, that wasn't the price I wanted. Okay. So they're having trouble. Yeah. Are you getting some pulling and the orders aren't coming through? See that? There you go. Ooh, that was a big offer. See this firm up in the 5-year. Maybe. Maybe. No. That's a little better. Oof. Okay, there was 5,000 there. Oops. Well, interesting that since we've been down here that the volume is the market orders is up. But you wouldn't know it because they only got a tick out of it when that 5K. Okay, well, now they got a tick. '23 is kind of where I was saying, like, you could probably get filled at 23. Oh. Hmm. Seller's trying hard. I think they lost that one.
Just ignore it.
No, 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 no. Whoop. Okay, now they're hitting the 23s, so nope. Seems to me that you'd be having a much easier time if you were taking longs. Doesn't it? Yeah. Wow. Look at all this volume coming through at 24. Okay, that wasn't enough absorption there. Oh, snap. What the hell? There you go. Jeez. Did you not get filled? So the funny thing about that one was that I went long on a level break trade, and but you made that. Sorry, did you make a profit on that last move there though? I'm confused now. Tucker says no, I stopped out before they made a push to lows. He's talking about earlier though, I'm assuming, right? Or is he saying that he went down there, he stopped out, and then he just kept it off and it went up without him? I see. So you didn't, but you didn't take it when it got back up to the 25 because you don't like the level break trade. See, the funny thing that one was weird. I know that watching it happen, it kind of seemed like a duh, but that one was weird because the big order was at 25, and so no, because I don't chase it. Okay, so the big order was at 25, and so I put in buys at 24.5, thinking that they would try and level break it, and they sold it at 24.5 as expected, but there wasn't a lot of absorption there. So I didn't really get the setup that I want, but then it ticked up and the 25 pulled anyways. and it was like when they were able to get it above 24, because they fought so hard to keep it, like, really, sorry, excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. At 24 they fought, like when they were fighting, and it was like ticking up and back, and there was a lot of volume going through there, and at that point when they ticked up to 24.5, I think that it was like they lost, and whoever was doing that knew it and didn't even bother trying to hold it. Now, going back though, it's hard because really this was our locus, our focus, right? And we should have been buying 22 and selling 23. If we had bought 22, then we would have gotten all that. Yeah. And then, but I think here's why I think we have such a problem. Is it's easy to say buy 22 and sell 23, but when it comes down here to 22, I'm thinking, oh, looks like they actually are going to go over the lows. And when they get to 23, I'm thinking, oh, actually, maybe they are going to try and take out the 25. Okay, so this is the thing, Tucker. I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. Where is he? Be quiet. Okay. You should not chase. Absolutely. Okay. And I have, this past week I have started to chase some, and today I chased some. That trade at 24.5 was not chasing, because you have a particular setup on them testing a key level, and they had already lost a significant battle there, what you got right there was oof, okay. So they're there at the view op. So I didn't want to buy it again because I wasn't sure what they're going to do here at the view op. They might kick them back down. But I think that what you had there was 24 was a continuation. Well, not a continuation. The trade was 24. The trade was by 24. And then at 24 half, 25, you got a continuation signal. And then this one has just been, I got out, but I think I should have waited for a little bit better of a read that the momentum had ceased. Uh, okay, here's the 25. Look at that. Hmm. How many times did I buy and sell 22? Oh, I don't even want to think about it, dude. Way too many effing times. Okay, so I'm taking this one based off of 25 looking weaker than it should be. But now it's now they're not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I want to see 24 half pull. Okay, we pulled a little bit. If this goes down to 23, I'm not. What is going on in the E-mini? Whoa. That whole thing was driven by the E-mini. What's going on? Petrobras says CEO Petro. Italy 2-year bond erases gains. Kudlow and Hassert know better. Ask them what out or POTUS has ever hinted at the monthly jobs report before the market sensitive embargo. Answer 0. You think that it was driven by E-mini traders? I'm not so sure. Look at this chart. Here's the low in the E-mini. Okay, we did start moving up before they did it in the E-mini. But then like the E-mini puked and then went higher. And then we come off. Oh, that's really interesting. So Treasury traders knew something. Started the move. How long before it? Why is this so slow? It was a good 8 minutes, 7. Things it being like that. It was a good 15 minutes. Huh. Yeah, Ninja's being weird. The jigsaw is fine. that run in the E-mini was much more like what I would have expected off of this jobs report. So for the treasuries to still be at 25 is kind of funny. Oh, you know what it was? It was trying to do it with oil. I think my oil chart is messing it up. That's a little better. I think I'm gonna need to rebuild my workspace. A move in the E-mini is awfully odd. It's hard to say. It's hard to look at what happened and not say that the president front run the numbers there, guys. Well, it's been right here at our entry for a while now, hasn't it? Yes. They're sizing each other up. Nope. So, I see a pretty big battle going on here, and I don't know who's gonna win. Yeah, KK agrees with me. So let me type this. Sometimes when I type things, I can be a little bit more clear. Um, that makes sense. I feel like I psyched myself up a little bit too much for this jobs report, and when it came out, it was good. I just was like, okay, we want to trade, we want to click because we're gonna get stuff, and the setups weren't actually there. And so I took a bunch of trades that I shouldn't have. And if we were doing this, so granted, because I'm on sim, I am doing some things that I wouldn't normally do, and hopefully I'm not building some bad habits, but I would not normally continue trading through that. If this had been a regular day, I would have taken -9, so. I'm a little embarrassed because there's a lot of people watching today. On this one, I don't know if there was actually like a good trade here, but when I saw that there was pressure to push it below 2025, I could have, if I had taken 25 half instead of 25, which I definitely could have gotten filled on, it would have been down. What's my plus minus today? Well, okay, so I can't, I'll show you the positions, but I'm just saying this is not, there's some stuff in here. So like, there was these two canceled each other out, and then there was these two, and then at this point it was like, I should have been done, right? That was when I would cut it off, 3 losing trades, we stop. This one was the misclick, okay? So this was when I started going like, okay, well, maybe we can get our short, and we tried that like twice, I think. And then this one, these 3 were like me trying to say, okay, let's just start over and rethink this and say, okay, maybe the mistake that we made was not playing the range correctly. So let's like exit our position, and like remember I clicked and it like I thought that should exit my position, but then it took me long, and vice versa. It was actually these 3. So that was those. So I don't feel like those ones should count, but it is what it is. And then since we started to say, oh, okay, let's try focusing a little bit and try doing this, and since that we're down 2. So, and I mean, this trade was worth a lot more than what I took, because it went all the way up to 27. So that's why I was saying, okay, if I was trading live, it would have been a -9. If we had taken the best case scenario and we had said, oh, let's play this particular one. Oh, and these were 2s as well. So, but they cancel each other out, so it doesn't matter. So if we had said, oh, we'd been smart and we tried to play a little smarter, and still -2. Yeah. So Tucker says he's -3. And then -2, thankfully only on a 1 lot though. I'm waiting to see what KK is saying. I mean, it was tough trading. I'm glad that I'm on Sim. The market has not moved much. If you were working with a bigger stop loss, you had not lost anything, but it's a tough balance. Yeah. Well, okay, so that brings me to the other thought that's kind of been bouncing around in my head, which is still that this one doesn't seem right to me. So I took this at 630.05. Okay. So let's see what this chart said about all of the ticks. Okay, so that's 30.01.05. Okay, so it says that according to this, when it was 06, I shouldn't have gotten worse than 23, 24. Okay. And it says that I got 225. See? So that's where I'm like, that's not right. See? Maybe it didn't, like when I took it, it says that it was up here, and it's told me that I got, I don't know, I won't have to watch it again, but I don't think that it filled me correctly. Like, I don't think that it filled me the way that live would have filled me, for sure. And I've done that, and I've done it on Sim, and I've done it on a bigger move where we had something like this, like it comes out, right? And I sell it, and then it goes down lower, and then I get out. So like when that happened, I was like, okay, it stopped me out. It's okay. Because then at 31.04, no, 31.04, I came back up and I sold the 230. Oh, was it when it was up here? I don't know, but I made a 5 ticker off of that one. Okay. I mean, so I was still able to like do it at least one of the trades that are in the fast action correctly, right? But then it came into this stuff, right? Because this stuff really is me looking for a continuation trade lower and not getting it. These were all bad trades that I think theoretically, like when I say theoretically, I mean like if we're really trading our strategy like the way that it should be traded, or like if I was the best at trading this strategy, what should I have done? I don't think I should have taken any of those trades, you know? But I don't feel like the fast action is a crapshoot. Definitely the thing that you get like right off of the piece of news is one thing. Like that first 5 seconds is probably better to not click in. And but the reason why I say it's not a crapshoot is because of these, right? Within 30 seconds or so, actually it was a full minute. It took it a full minute to do it, right? So a full minute, if you had caught it, and you'll notice alligator catches these all the time. You can get short there. Never have a tick against you. Never have a tick against you until it comes down, and then as soon as you get a tick against you, you get it out at 21. So that's 8 ticks. So I don't think that one is a crapshoot. And I just clicked in the wrong places, but I still took 4 out of it. Bum, bum, bum. This though, here's where I think when you're seeing gaps and it's kind of ticking all over here and like a tick, these ranges, these are bad action for me. That is where I say like that's a crapshoot. I really don't know if we in our channel have a good chance of predicting that. We could try testing it and predicting them, because Tucker did say that he really thought that they were going to go for that 25. But yeah. And I think the thing on the split side is that clearly there was a read on the news here that was wrong. So some of this you can chalk up to, okay, trading the news, didn't get it. But I think that when you trade the news overall, you will make some. I think you just kind of have to put limits on yourself, you know, like you can't have like two bad losers in a row in that kind of action. You have to stop, right? You have to stop right there. If not 2, definitely not 3. I think of it as like 3 losers total, or like 2 stop losses in a row. If it hits and I stop twice, then probably you're done. Because theoretically, again, if you trade it perfectly, should never get to the stop loss. Like these ones. Okay, this one that was good. And by the way, I actually could have gotten more out of it. Was MFE7. Like MFE7, MAE was what? Not 0. Never tick against me. This one, MFE3, and that one went a lot further. Ticks against me, 1. And you can see it on the split side too. These ones that were bad entries. Well, that one was a little random. But most of these other ones, okay, 1, 1, 2, 1, nothing, 1, 1, nothing, 1. So there was only 2 of these trades here where I could have even have gotten anything from it. That one was tilty, I think. That one, yeah. Anyways, so can you kind of see how even with the, like what KK was saying about like a 4-tick stop loss, you can kind of see that even here, actually, if you make the right calls, it's even in that fast action, it's not necessarily going to go 4 ticks against you. Yeah, maybe a tighter stop then. I think that the right solution is that I should be clicking out faster. Like I should just be realizing that this trade isn't working out and be getting out faster. So I don't think that at the moment okay. I think I developed the habit of holding it and letting it go to 2 ticks against me because there was a long period of time where I was doing okay and it seemed like every trade went 2 ticks against me, and I think I got in that habit. But since then, and definitely today, that has not been the case. It's either right or it's wrong, you know? And if it's going more than 2 ticks against me, I'm probably wrong. So funny how that works, huh? And I think on those ones that are wrong, it's either chasing or there's something in there that I think is a signal that is not a signal. It's probably actually the exact opposite of what I think it is. Because there's so many times where I took that trade there and that is exactly where it turned around. Bum, bum. Did anybody comment in Twitch or YouTube? Nothing in Twitch. Nothing in YouTube. Oh, okay, so it's 8:51 and I haven't posted the chart, so I should do that. You guys keep typing. Back to the VWAP. I suppose if you still really want to sell it, you could still do it here at the VWAP. Gracie says I use a minimum 2 ticks and there's nothing wrong with it. I just need to stick to plan. Does that make sense on the stop loss? I was saying I still think that you should have a -4 because I've seen many times where you have some sort of news event or just trading stops where it quickly moves up 2 ticks and then almost immediately comes back down. And if that happens on you, I don't, it really sucks if it hits your stop and you're done right there. And if it does take 4, then of course you want to be out. But I think that happens enough and that you have a good enough chance of being able to recover that one for like a -1 or even break even, that it's worth having the stop loss at 4. So I think that it's more like the mental stop, like I'm wrong, is not triggering early enough for me. And I think that could be an indication of something else, and that is, like I was saying earlier, I'm taking trades that don't actually have edge in them, right? So if I'm taking a trade and it's a true entry, then that price that I'm getting in at or close to they should have some difficulty getting through, And if it's ticking all around in there several times, then that means that I just got in the middle of a range where there's not actually any edge or pressure, and I shouldn't be in. Anyways, I'm going to head out now. Good discussion. Crappy day. That happens. I'm not going to cry too bad about that one. The rest of the week was pretty okay, but we still got stuff to work on for sure, don't we? So I'm glad that I'm going to have at least the whole summer to work on this, because I think I've really seemed to be messing up bad in some places. So, okie dokie. Talk to you later.